今日はこの本を読んでみます。ケアンズのスクールでこの宿題があるんですが、もうちょっとあるんですが、後で違うものも紹介したいと思いますが、最初これを紹介します。はい、読みたいと思います。Jupiter spiders and another scary creatures. Jupiter, spiders, and another scary creatures. This is Mip. Curliest mind, green hair, brave heart. Loves visiting strange planets. This is Mop. Antennas, large ears, very nervous. Loves cooking and eating. 食べるのが好きなんだってこの人は。この子はちょっと違うプレーネット、なんか変なプレーネットに、プレーネットは地球へ。
もういいから説明から読んでください。
はい。The rocket, perfect landing gear, easy to drive, comfortable, can fit its own way home. Chapter 1, Go to Earth. I really think we should go to Earth, said Mip. No, said Mop. I don't ever going to Earth. I'm scared of the people, things that live there. But there have such interesting animals on Earth. うちらが住んでるところだよ。
もういい。説明はいいから早く。
はい。said Mip, who was looking at the book. I know you'd like them. You said that about the rabbits and cats, said Mop crossly. But when we found some, they wanted to eat us. That's because you wouldn't go to Earth, said Mip. On Mars and Venuses and cats and rabbits are much bigger. She turned a page. My goodness, she cried. Just look at the animal. I've never seen anything so strange. Chapter 2, Strange Animals. Mop sat down and looked at the pictures. What is it? He asked. It's called a kettle, said Mip excitedly. A people called a polly put it on a stove, and after the kettle has cooked, they eat it inside. They're called a stuffed tea. Mop stared at the kettle. Where its arms and legs? He asked. I don't know, said Mip. Perhaps she chopped them off when she caught it. It doesn't look very tasty, said Mop. Well, how about a jumping cow? Mip asked as she turned to another page. No thanks, said Mop. But I like the look of these things. What are they? They're called sheep, explained Mip. That people with them is a little bo peep.
いいよ、そっち向けて。
Bo peep.
普通に読んでいいよ。
It doesn't look very little to me, frowned Mop. Why is it crying? Because it has lost the sheep, said Mip. So they must be good to eat. Where can we find some? Asked Mop. The book says sheep lives on Earth and on Jupiter, said Mip. But we can't go to Jupiter, cried Mop. That's where the giant spiders are. That's not true. They won't touch us if we don't go near them, said Mip. Come on, Mop, be brave. Mop thought for a minute. All right, he said, but it's my turn to drive. Chapter 3. Jupiter Sheep. Jupiter was not far away. In no time at all, they had landed. Where will we find the sheep things? Asked Mop as they climbed out of the rocket. I'm not sure, said Mip. Let's just start walking. Can you see any spiders? Asked Mop in a scared voice. No, said Mip. There's nothing black and hairy anywhere. Just then, Mop tripped and fell over. He stared hard at the ground. Mip, he cried. Come and see. I found a sheep. Mip rushed over to look. There on the stony ground were some tiny fluffy creatures. She picked one up so she could see it better. Bah! Bah! It said sadly. Bah! Why isn't white? Asked Mop. I guess Jupiter sheep are purple, said Mip. Mop sniffed the tiny sheep. Bah! It cried. I don't think I want any, he said. It would take ages to sell them.
長いの。もう終わりや
あともう
いいよいいよ
ちょっと。
うわ結構あるね。
でもね、これ15分で全部読んだことあるから大丈夫。
急いで。
あと5分。Mip put the sheep back on the ground. As she did, a big black shadow fell over them, blotting out of the sun. Chapter 4. The Kettle. Over the stony ground, a huge red thing came stomping. It was huffing and puffing and made strange rattling noise with part of its head. A kettle animal, gasped Mip. It's got steam coming out of its nose, whispered Mop. It will stomp us flat and then it will eat us. I know it will. Let's hide, said Mip. She pulled Mop behind the green shrub and crouched down. We'll be safe here, she said, but Mop was looking up at the shrub. Mip, he said in a very small voice. The shrub has eyes, I think. It's a spider. It can't be, said Mip. Jupiter spiders are black. Not until we're ripe, said the shrub. As it stood up, it was a spider. It was a giant green spider. Quick as a flash, Mick picked up a rock and threw it at the spider, hitting in the eye. Ow! Ow! It howled. That's not fair. It sat down and began to cry. Run! Yelled Mip. They raced back to the rocket and climbed inside. Mip leaped into the driver's seat and pressed the starter button. Blast off! Yelled Mop. And off they zoomed back up to space. Chapter 5, The Jumping Cow. They landed safely again beside their house. Mip, said Mop, as they climbed out of the rocket. I can see a big black and white something in the garden. Why, it looks like a jumping cow, cried Mip. How did it get here? The cow turned its head and looked at them. I jumped over the moon, it said, but I landed here instead of the back of Earth. I'm too tired to jump anymore, so I think I'll stay. Where's the grass? There isn't any, said Mop. But I'm so hungry, cried the cow. I'll starve. No, you won't, said Mip, putting her arm around it. Well, feed you. And they did forever and ever. 終わり。ありがとうございました。もう一つ言いたいんですが、ここに26って書いてある理由を言うのは、レベルがあるんですが、26レベルなのでもらいました。ありがとうございました。
はい、ダリさん、ダリさん来てこっち。モーナーダンスしないと。さっきのやつ見せたここで。
何ダンス？
モーナーダンス。早く。もうしまらない。
いなくなって。
早くやって、でもこっち映さないが汚いから。
もういなくなって。
もう消しちゃうよ。
ねえねえママ。5 times table。見てほしくないの。
なんで？
いいじゃん、はい。なんだそれ、転んじゃった。もういいじゃん、また見て。チャンネル登録
お願いね。
あ、また乱暴にさ。
バイバイ。あ、ちょっとだけ待ってくれない？アンナ実はね、超簡単なんだけど、
いいよ。
5の段を習ってんです。あと10の段。でもそれ全部もう1の段から10の段全部わかるかもね。わかるんですが、やんなきゃいけないので
今やんの？
やります。
また今度。
また今度 YouTube にあげるので見てください。あとね、2回目ですよ。これは2回目。バイバイ。